Dementia doesn't come out of nowhere. Studies show there are three key reasons behind most dementia cases. Do you know what they are? As of the year 2020, the number of Americans over the age of 65 had exceeded 55 million. Of those, nearly 6 million people were diagnosed with some form of dementia, most commonly Alzheimer's disease. To put it another way, 1 out of every 10 seniors is currently fighting a quiet, painful battle against memory loss. And the numbers become even more startling when you consider that by the time people reach their 80s, 1 in every 2 has a significant risk of developing dementia. This isn't some exaggerated fear tactic or sensational media story. This is data backed by medical authorities like the CDC and National Institute on Aging. And yet, so many of us still say things like, oh, that's just what happens when people get old. It's normal to forget things. But is it really that simple? Let me tell you about someone I know personally. Her name is Barbara, a retired elementary school teacher in Ohio. She just turned 70 last spring. Barbara spent over 3 decades teaching young children how to read, how to count, how to grow into curious, thoughtful human beings. She was the kind of woman who could memorize every child's name in the school by the second week. But something changed over the past year. She started speaking less. Her facial expressions grew distant. She forgot the name of her grandson. One day, she stood outside her own home and couldn't remember the number on the door. That was the moment her daughter took her to the doctor. After a series of assessments, Barbara was diagnosed with early-stage Alzheimer's disease. It didn't happen overnight. It was the accumulation of years, maybe even decades of tiny, silent changes in her brain. Changes that could have been spotted, maybe even slowed down if only we knew what to look for. So here's the real question. Where does dementia begin? And what can we do to prevent it? In this extended discussion, we'll break down the 3 most common, but often ignored bad habits that research shows are closely linked to cognitive decline. Then we'll cover 5 brain-friendly habits and some simple diet tweaks that might just help your brain stay younger and sharper for years to come. Part 1. Dementia doesn't appear overnight. 90% of seniors with dementia share these 3 bad habits. Contrary to popular belief, Alzheimer's disease and other types of dementia don't just show up. It's not like flipping a switch. According to the Lancet Neurology, up to 55% of Alzheimer's cases are connected to lifestyle factors, things we do or don't do every single day. That's right. Most dementia doesn't just come from bad luck or bad genes. It comes from habits we can change. So what are these invisible brain thieves? Let's take a deeper look. 1. Poor gut health equals brain dysfunction. Most people don't realize it, but the gut and the brain are constantly talking to each other. Scientists even have a name for it, the gut-brain axis. Inside your gut live trillions of bacteria, some good, some harmful. These bacteria produce substances like serotonin and dopamine, key chemicals that directly influence your mood, memory, and learning. But if your gut is in trouble, your brain could be too. And what puts the gut in trouble? A diet high in sugar and processed fats, too much fast food, not enough vegetables or fiber, overuse of antibiotics, frequent constipation. When your good gut bacteria die off and bad bacteria flourish, your gut lining weakens. Toxins like lipopolysaccharides, LPS, can slip through the intestinal wall and enter your bloodstream. From there, they pass through the blood-brain barrier and cause brain inflammation, damaging the neurons responsible for memory and decision-making. A 2019 study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience confirmed this. People with Alzheimer's have noticeably imbalanced gut microbiomes, with fewer anti-inflammatory bacteria and more pro-inflammatory species. I remember a retired insurance agent named Frank from Michigan. After retirement, Frank started ordering takeout nearly every night. Burgers, fries, pizza. He claimed he had a great appetite. But within 2 years, Frank began to suffer from daily constipation, mood swings, and severe forgetfulness. A gut flora test showed he had almost no beneficial bacteria left. His doctor told him plainly, "Your brain issues likely began in your gut." So what can we do? Eat more whole, natural foods. Incorporate fermented items like Greek yogurt, sauerkraut, and kefir. Add in fiber-rich choices like oats, sweet potatoes, and leafy greens. Avoid sugary, processed snacks. Drink plenty of water. We'll talk more about this soon. When you heal your gut, you protect your brain. 2. A bored brain starts to shut down. The brain is like a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. Sadly, many retirees fall into a routine that gives their brain almost no challenge. Wake up, eat, watch TV, take a nap, repeat. Without new learning or stimulation, the brain starts pruning unused neural connections. It's a process called synaptic pruning. Essentially, your brain is saying, well, we don't need these circuits anymore. Let's break this down further into 3 areas. A. Lack of mental stimulation. Take Linda, a former accountant in Arizona. After retirement, she stopped reading newspapers, didn't bother with books, and ignored her phone's new features. She spent most of her time watching game shows or gossiping on the phone. Within 3 years, Linda began repeating the same questions. She forgot her Wi-Fi password, then started confusing her children's names. Doctors say this wasn't just normal aging. Her brain was shrinking from inactivity. B. Poor sleep. Your brain detoxifies itself only during deep sleep. Beta amyloid, the protein linked to Alzheimer's, is cleared away while you rest. But if you're only getting 4 to 5 hours of broken sleep, the trash piles up in your brain. A Science Journal study found that people who sleep fewer than 6 hours a night are twice as likely to develop dementia later in life. For older adults, the recommendation is, go to bed by 11 p.m. Get at least 6 to 7 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Take a short 20 to 30-minute nap after lunch if needed. C. Poor vision. Vision loss doesn't just affect your eyes. It reduces visual input to your brain, especially in the areas linked to memory. A study published in the American Journal of Ophthalmology found that vision decline often begins 10 to 12 years before dementia symptoms show up. That's a decade of silent brain decline. So if you're dealing with blurry vision, sensitivity to light, untreated cataracts or glaucoma, don't delay. Get an annual eye exam. Seeing clearly is part of thinking clearly. 3. Chronic dehydration shrinks the brain. I'm not thirsty, so I don't need to drink. How many times have you heard a senior say that? Unfortunately, it's one of the most dangerous misconceptions in aging. By the time you feel thirsty, your body is already mildly dehydrated. Your brain, made of 75% water, is extremely sensitive to even small drops in hydration. Dehydration causes thicker blood, slower oxygen delivery to the brain, poor nerve signal transmission, brain fog, slower thinking irritability, a long-term risk of brain shrinkage. One European study found that seniors who drank less than 1 liter of water daily had significantly worse memory, focus, and decision-making ability. A graphic designer in New York, David, was so worried about nighttime bathroom trips that he only drank about 500 milliliters of water daily. Within 2 years, he developed noticeable memory lapses, and brain scans revealed early-stage atrophy. The solution? Aim for 1.5 to 1.7 liters of water a day, 6 to 8 cups. Sip steadily throughout the day, even if you're not thirsty. Avoid sugary drinks and excessive caffeine. Water is the cheapest and most essential brain fuel. Part 2. Want to protect your brain? Start these 3 habits early. If dementia is a result of long-term damage, the good news is long-term protection works too. Here are 3 powerful habits to begin as early as possible. 1. Eat a brain-smart diet. Emphasize leafy greens, berries, fish rich in omega-3s. Avoid ultra-processed food. Include healthy fats from nuts, olive oil, and avocados. 2. Exercise regularly, body and brain. Walk briskly for 30 minutes a day. Do puzzles, learn languages, play strategy games. Challenge your brain with something new weekly. 3. Build a meaningful social life. Loneliness increases dementia risk. Join a club, volunteer, or reconnect with old friends. Emotional bonding keeps cognitive centers active. Final thoughts. Dementia is preventable if we start now. So let's recap. A troubled gut can silently sabotage your brain. 8 bored. underused mind will weaken and forget. And dehydration turns your brain into a battery on low charge. The truth is, dementia isn't sudden. It's not just bad luck. It's a lifestyle disease, slow, silent, but powerful. The good news? Every day is a chance to fight back. Break the 3 bad habits. Adopt the 3 good ones. And you may just gain an extra 5 years of clear thinking and 10 years of living with dignity, independence, and joy. Are you ready to protect your mind? Doctor's reminder: how to preserve your memory, action, and clarity. When it comes to keeping your memory sharp, your mental agility intact, and staying mentally alert, the most effective way is not by buying supplements, not by injections or medications, but by focusing on 3 crucial habits. The earlier you start, the better the results will be. 1. Eat the right foods. Your brain can stay 7 years younger. Taking care of your gut is just as important for maintaining a healthy brain. Eating properly is one of the most essential and slow-acting methods to prevent Alzheimer's and other forms of cognitive decline. In recent years, a brain-boosting diet, known as the MIND diet, also called the MIND diet, has gained widespread acclaim within the medical community. This diet is specifically designed to delay brain degeneration and combines elements of the Mediterranean diet with aspects of the DASH, dietary approaches to stop hypertension, diet. It's not about miraculous superfoods. Instead, the emphasis is on the combination and frequency of everyday foods and their simple yet effective execution. According to a study conducted on over 900 seniors, those who strictly followed the MIND diet saw a 53% reduction in the risk of developing Alzheimer's. Even those who followed it loosely lowered their risk by about 35%. Those who adhered to this diet over time had brains that were, on average, 7 years younger than their actual age. This study was published in the Journal of the American Academy of Neurology, showing this isn't just a trendy diet, but a scientifically backed strategy. So, what exactly should you eat? Here are 10 brain-boosting foods that should be part of your regular diet. Green leafy vegetables, at least 1 serving a day. Other vegetables, 1 serving daily. Berries, 2 servings a week. Blueberries, strawberries, etc. Nuts, a small handful every day. Beans, 3 servings per week. Chicken, twice a week. Fish, at least once a week, preferably fatty fish like salmon. Olive oil, use as your primary cooking oil. Red wine, 1 glass a day, optional but beneficial. And here are 5 types of brain-harming foods to reduce or avoid. Butter and margarine. Fried foods like fried chicken or fries. Cheese and high-fat dairy products, sweets and pastries, processed meats like bacon, sausage, and ham. It's not about restriction, it's about guiding yourself toward a diet that supports brain health. You don't need to cut everything out, just find a balance and avoid excess. Take, for example, a 70-year-old woman who followed this diet for just 3 months. Her blood pressure and blood sugar levels dropped, she stopped struggling to sleep at night, and her memory improved significantly. She said it best: it's not about taking supplements, but about eating what we're supposed to be eating. 2. Stay hydrated. Your brain needs water. As we mentioned earlier, being thirsty doesn't mean you're hydrated. Many seniors don't drink enough water, and this can have severe consequences. A study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition highlighted that mild dehydration can cause attention problems, slow thinking, and over time, it can even lead to brain shrinkage in certain areas, reducing cognitive function. But why do so many seniors avoid drinking water? There are usually 3 main reasons. They don't want to keep going to the bathroom. They don't feel thirsty, so they don't drink. They think drinking tea or soup counts as hydration. All of these beliefs are incorrect. Here's what you need to know about staying hydrated. Seniors should aim to drink between 1,500 and 1,700 milliliters of water daily, spread out over 5 to 6 servings throughout the day. Drink slowly. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Opt for lukewarm water or mild teas rather than cold or sugary drinks. If you have kidney or heart conditions, be sure to consult your doctor for personalized hydration advice. Avoid these habits. Drinking ice-cold water on an empty stomach, which can shock the digestive system. Drinking large amounts of water right before bed. as it may lead to frequent nighttime urination. Relying only on soups, juices, or sweetened drinks instead of plain water. To help yourself remember, you can use a marked water bottle to track your intake. By midday, try to have consumed at least 1 cup, and by evening, aim to have finished at least 2 cups. Your brain will thank you. 3. Keep your brain active. Move it to keep it sharp. A well-known quote from a doctor says, "Old age doesn't begin in the body, it begins in the brain." Besides eating, sleeping, and drinking, exercising the brain is one of the most direct and effective ways to delay cognitive decline and dementia. You don't have to learn a new language or solve complex math problems. Simple daily exercises can keep your brain active and improve memory, coordination, and mental flexibility. Here are 3 brain exercises that can be done at home, frequently used in hospital settings. Exercise 1, Schulte Grid. Create a 5 by 5 grid on a piece of paper and fill it with numbers from 1 to 25 in random order. The task is to point to the numbers in sequential order 1, 2, 3, etc. with your finger while saying the numbers aloud. This improves visual orientation, concentration, and reaction time. Exercise 2. Left hand/right hand coordination. Raise your left hand and form the number 8 with your thumb and index finger. At the same time, raise your right hand and form the number 4 with your thumb and index finger. Alternate between the 2 hand gestures. This exercise activates both sides of the brain and enhances coordination and reaction time. Exercise 3. Daily memory practice. Before going to bed, think about everything you did that day, who you met, what you ate, what tasks you completed, and write it down or speak it aloud. This exercise enhances short-term memory and helps transform it into long-term memory. These exercises take less than 5 minutes per day, but are far more effective than taking a bunch of supplements. Like your body, your brain gets stronger the more you use it, but the more you let it rest, the more it will deteriorate. To preserve your memory and brain function, remember these 3 essential habits. Eat right. This isn't about taking supplements, but eating the right foods and balancing your diet. Drink right. Water is essential for brain function. Make sure to stay hydrated, even if you don't feel thirsty. Move your brain. Simple daily activities like memory exercises or hand coordination drills will keep your brain sharp. For longevity secrets, what the long-lived have in common. In addition to maintaining a healthy mind, there are certain habits that contribute to a longer, healthier life. Studies show that people who live into their 80s, 90s, and beyond often share common traits. Here are 6 longevity habits that can make a big difference in your later years. Regular, healthy bowel movements. Maintaining digestive health is key to overall well-being. A clean gut means better brain function, and regular bowel movements ensure that your digestive system is working properly. Balanced diet. Eating right is crucial. Long-lived individuals don't overeat or restrict themselves too much. They just maintain balance, avoiding extreme diets and eating foods from all food groups in moderation. Active hydration. Drinking enough water is vital. The elderly need to make a conscious effort to drink enough fluids each day. Stick to water or mild tea and avoid sugary or overly rich drinks. Curiosity keeps the mind young. Never stop learning. Whether it's learning new skills, reading, or staying active with hobbies, people who stay curious and keep their brains engaged tend to live longer, healthier lives. Social interaction. Strong social connections are important. Longevity is often linked to a stable social network, whether it's through family, friends, or community activities. Regular sleep schedule. Sleep is crucial for physical and mental repair. A consistent sleep schedule, aiming for an early bedtime, and a wake-up time that aligns with natural rhythms is key to maintaining good health. By following these habits, you can ensure that you enjoy a long, healthy, and mentally sharp life. In the end, it's not about avoiding aging, but about aging gracefully and staying as sharp and engaged as possible. Remember, you don't need to make massive changes all at once. Just small daily habits can make a huge difference in how you age. So, start with these simple steps today and you'll thank yourself later for a long, healthy, and fulfilling life.